All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday. It is the 30th. You believe it's already almost September? Where in the hell has time gone? I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for being here. Paula, good morning, my friend. How are
Good
you?
morning. Good morning,
Good
everybody.
to see
Happy
you
Labor
here.
Day weekend.
I know, long weekend. Those are always fun.
Labor Day. Well, every weekend's Labor Day weekend for me.
Yeah, every weekend's Labor Day weekend. That's right.
That's right.
Very cool. Well, how are
Well,
you
for
doing,
those of
Eric?
you that
What's new in
actually
your world?
work,
I
Oh,
am doing great. Just been working around the house a lot and trying to clean up after contractors. They keep saying, we're going to come clean up, and the house is pretty much cleaned up now.
awesome.
And they got one more thing to do. And I keep calling, they keep saying, hey, will you leave a review for us? And I said,
Hey,
sure,
will
but you
you
got to
leave a
come finish the
review for
job
us?
first. And then the person says, you mean it's not done yet? Well, no, you have a handrail to put in. And, because we're old, so we had a rail put in our pool. And so they called back again. Hey, can you give us a review? I says, you still have to finish. Well, I thought they were going to come Thursday. I says, so did I, but nobody came. So that's where I've been doing and working on coins as usual.
Well, cool. Finding anything fun?
Finding all sorts of interesting stuff, taking a lot of photographs. Copper coins in the next couple months will have a lot more listings because I'm about at 150 in the can ready to publish. I just need to get time to publish them.
Very cool. All right, you
Yep.
guys. So if you're not subscribed, go check out Copper Coins. Go check out Livecoin Q&A. And let's.
live. What's the live coin Q&A?
Yeah, we need to do something on that, Paul. We need to fire it up, at least do
Yeah,
something.
There's still a ton of great information. There's a lot of good videos there.
It'll be back. I don't know what we'll be back doing, but we'll be back doing something.
And no worries. Hey, Woodsy, good morning. Neil Hahn, how you doing, bud? Good to see you. Ron, AZ, good to see you. Dave Carlisle, appreciate you modding and saying hi to everybody. Eric, good morning. Already said hi to you. Let's see. Jack Riley, what's up, brother? Good day, Mike. Hope you were doing well. Thank you guys for being here. Mike sent me a text message right before saying he thinks he's figured something out, which is really cool. That'll be.
Out.
He's figured something out, and it's going to be a really fun little thing. I think you'll like that one. Siren, as always, you know she's here because she lights up a chat. Thank you for being here. And let's see, I probably missed a bunch of people, but
You sent me a picture of us seated $50. I don't know if it has anything to do with that, so I won't say anything. But
perhaps, maybe.
perhaps, maybe. I picked
So,
something up yesterday. I won an auction.
No.
Well, I did. Um, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but Adam Chambers had one of the 2025 ANA Ascension Island
oh, very nice. The second coin from the ANA.
coins for sale, huh?
That's the second coin from the ANA.
It is the second coin, and it's again because last year I got the carded the clad coin in the card with the signed card, but I also got the silver one. And this year they weren't able to pick up an extra one, so he picked up one and then he put it up for sale. So I bought it, and it's number 12, by the way, number 12 out of I can't remember how many, 1,500 or something like that. Anyway, so this one is signed by the designer, the engraver, and the ANA president, Tom Urim. But anyway, yeah, I picked that up yesterday, so I was super happy. I bid. He put it up. I was the only bidder. I won it, and yeah, so I got one. So now I have to wait to see if I want to pick up the silver one or not. And I'm waiting for my Sunflower Liberty medal. That's supposed to be here today. It's beautiful. Did anybody else pick up one of those?
I don't know, but I want one. I have the first one. Wasn't able to get the second one.
Oh, you mean the Ascension Island
Yep.
coin?
So I want to
Yeah.
get that one. So I'm going to be monitoring the website, but
So it
people
is
will sell them
beautiful.
eventually.
It is the Indian on the horse is James Earl Fraser's statue. James Earl Fraser, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's his statue. It's modeled at, the statue. So, okay.
Very cool.
Yeah. But it's really, yeah. I can bring up a picture if you guys want to see it. You want to see it?
Sure. Go ahead. And your screen, Paula, your screen is reversed.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. No worries.
It is.
Tell Mike.
Why does it default to that?
Tell Mike thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, let's see. I'm typing in the wrong keyboard here.
Yeah, so real quick, Kevin, I did get those in. I just typed that in chat. They've already been delivered, and she enjoyed those. Kevin did some custom earrings because I did one for my daughter and then one for her sister. And the bevel or something broke, and he recreated it and did another one. And so got those and gave it to her, and she enjoyed it. So thank you, Kevin, for putting that together. That was very nice. And Paula, I don't know if you know this, but now you're a lock screen.
I'm a what?
You're a lock screen. You have a gray bar with a lock on it.
Somebody, yeah, she's got to relog in. She must be on a tablet or a phone.
What is that? What happened? Integrated camera. Oh, that's why.
There you go. Yep.
Okay. So let me share this. Now this is the silver one. What?
Okay. Well, I thought you were showing your screen and you're showing I got it.
Oh, yeah. So this is the silver one. So don't pay any attention to that price. But that's the statue. And I think that's in the Oklahoma City Museum. And then that's the other side with the Oklahoma quarter, and then so isn't that pretty?
It's cool.
Yeah.
A really good shout out to him.
Yeah, done by so Ascension Islands is the backer, the I guess country that backs the monetary value, and then Minted Assets, I think, is the mint that makes those. Or yeah, somebody, is it Minted Assets? It mints them anyway. Yeah. So yeah, cool. Just more of the stuff, weird stuff that Paula collects. I collect A&A, Exonumia, and all kinds of stuff. Good morning, Pedro.
Yeah, but they're really cool. And again, this is only the second year that they've actually done a coin instead of a medal. So whenever they change something, you always want to get on the start. Makes it easier. Hey, Blue Bee, good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
I love the panda ones that they do. I have a few of those. I didn't pick one of those up yet this year. I usually wait till way after and pick one of those up. But
very cool. Well, you know what we're going to do? I want to get into the topic for today. Now, we've talked about this last week, and when I did the people who have proposed devious plans to steal things from the United States Mint, whether it be San Francisco, Philadelphia, Denver, Carson City, New Orleans, wherever it might have been, any kind of cool story. So for the next 5 weeks or so, we're going to go over some of these stories. Last week we did the 25 bags of 1,000 coins that were stolen from the mint in 1901 to 1904. And today we're going to be talking about a man with the golden leg, the peg leg pirate, the corkboard pirate, whatever you want to call him. There's a couple different names for this. And if you're not familiar with this story, I talked to Eric and I know Paula both knows this story. It's about a man who was kind of weird, Orville Harrington. And he got a job working at the United States Mint. And so he had a long and storied history. There was a lot of stuff about his life due to an incident, and I'll kind of get into this a little bit more as we talk about the story. He basically had massive issues with his leg, ended up having to get it amputated, and had a wooden leg in place of it. Now, this would not only become the tool for the event, the way that he would get the items out of the mint, it also actually caused him havoc in his later years. Eric and I were talking just before we went live about this case, and he was like, well, you know, he got fired because, or reduced in time, right, Eric?
He could only be a temporary employee. He couldn't be a full-time employee.
There you
because
go.
he had no leg.
Because he only had one leg. Yeah. And so their discrimination out to yin yang, right? So this guy lived a very interesting life. And but the peg leg, because of the injury, actually self-sustained shooting in the foot injury, cost him his leg, which led to the opportunity for him to steal the item that he stole. Cool story. But the guy had a very troubled life. He had had a lot of issue about things that were going on in his life. And one of the things I kind of want to go through with you, you can find this in a Coin Week article. This is one of the points of the information. I'm going to be putting this in chat. You guys can save this. So again, most of the information is from this article. But what's cool about this was what he was able to do. So if you guys have ever seen, and I'm not affiliated with, and this is not a call out or anything, have you ever seen Three Tips? And he takes these silver bars and then through electroplating and electroprocessing, runs them through an electrochemical reaction and basically grows silver crystal. Well, the mint does the same thing with gold. And to do this, you have to have a chunk of gold bar, and it gets dipped into this solution. Now, the solution also will have waste materials in it from other chemicals or stuff that had been used to separate the golds and the silvers and the coppers and everything from the rock or whatever it was in. Maybe it was jewelry, whatever. The acid dissolves it, and then it gets precipitated in. They need to it gets absorbed in and then or dissolved in and then precipitated out. I think I got that right. But they have this process at the mint, and when you get down to a certain point, you would get this little kind of triangular piece. Now I'm going to show this real quick on the screen so that you can see this piece. And it was this right here. So you can see I'm showing you from the Coin Week article. And when the bars, after a while, would kind of get eaten up by the acid, that this process would happen, you'd be left with what's there on the right. And this is a gold anode. Now, the gold anode, the very small piece, was what he had been stealing. This is the item that he was had created a little hollow core inside the artificial leg, and he had kind of hammered those into place, and then he would just walk out the door. And so when people say it's a gold bar, they weren't actually gold bars. They weren't gold coins. He didn't steal coinage. He didn't steal planks. He didn't steal these big anode bars like this. What he stole was this item right here. And when you see this, you can understand that, okay, yeah, that'd be a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to conceive or conceal inside a wooden leg. So the thing that I want to go over, and I'll just kind of go through the article with you guys, is this guy right here. Now, this guy is, he's kind of the comic relief of the investigative world.
He looks like Slugworth.
he does, but I love this guy's story. The way he approached this was absolutely amazing. And it's kind of one of those things where, I don't know, you talk, Willy Wonka, basically, the Slugworth thing. Mm-hmm. I got a proposal for you. You know what I mean? Because he kind of approached Orville in this same fashion. And he comes over and he's like, "Hi, Mr. Goddard. I'm the chief of Secret Service. I want you to walk back to the Mint with me."
Take a walk.
Let's go. Come on. You don't have to go home. Let's go talk. And the person who kind of gave away this information had wrote a letter about the known events because of, conversations with them being younger and knowing what had happened and the press coming out and him giving character reference. The person who actually wrote this article for Coin Week, I don't think they realized that they were capturing like a really good detective, a really good person who was looking at stuff, who had a warped and morbid sense of delivery. He's a funny guy. And again, you can't get over the picture. But basically he was like, don't you work in the electrolytic refinery area? Don't you deal with this area? And he's like, yeah. And I know you've been playing around in the garden. What you doing? Really? You've been doing this, the same spot late at night, every time, alone in the dark. Like, I mean, this guy's he's funny. And so, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it looks like, Pedro. And he's just like, come on, just tell me. So anyway, after a while, he comes out and he's like, "Were you able to do this?" And he talked about today. And when asked why, and I don't know exactly where it's at, but he tells them about what's going on. And they were asking him, "Why did you do this? Why were you stealing the gold? What was it about it?" And his comment was something along the lines of, "You can't live life on $4 a day." And it was there. It was easy, so I did it. And they were like, "What do you mean it was easy?" It was like, "Well, nobody ever checked me. Nobody ever talked to me. Nobody ever looked at me. They asked the simple question, and all you had to do is say no. Nobody ever monitored us." So this really kind of that Denver had with quality control, but also with security. And so this particular case would spark a lot of change in investigative processes for the U.S. Mint. And a lot of folks that are, if you're younger, remember, we're talking the 1920s. They didn't have closed caption, closed circuit television and camera security systems. They didn't have metal detectors at the time. These were just people that had to figure out ways to beat the people who were figuring out ways to steal. And so they didn't have a lot of the technology. They didn't have a lot of the items that were available to us now. So what about this story is cool about what's going on at the U.S. Mint? Well, the fact that one of the videos I did where we got in touch with the people who did the photographing of the die, both the striking plate and the hammer die, or the anvil and the hammer die, sorry, to take the photo before each strike to ensure that the die pairing was actually striking the coin in the way that it's designed. The processes by which they walk through X-ray to check things like the people who are stealing coins out of the heels of their boots, to go through complex psychological evaluations. Like the Mint has continued to do things and continues to do things to safeguard and prevent these kind of things from happening. And again, the stories that I go over with you over the next couple of weeks is going to just continue to dig into and talk about some of the adaptations that the Mint has had to deal with because of, extremely ingenious people. So just a fun little story. Again, there's the item that he was stealing. I wanted to kind of clarify that this was just an anode. This was just this piece here. They weren't stealing the full bars. We're not talking about, 1 kilogram gold bars disappearing from the Mint, the 25 bags of 1,000 coins disappearing from the Mint. This is what was being stolen in his end. Again, small and inconspicuous, but a lot of fun. A really cool and interesting story. Paula, what do you guys know about this?
Just exactly what you said. All I know is what's in that story that I read.
Yeah. Now there's another piece to this, and I want to show
by Roger Burdett.
Say again.
Really is a great story.
I know, The Man with the Golden Leg by Roger Burdett. That's all I know.
Yeah, and there are 2 parts to this story. You can go down and you can see a lot more information about this. And this is where he was talking about the, had to wear a limb, shot myself in the foot, had to have it amputated. Kind of talks way more about the story. If you want to kind of more dig into the conviction of this man, what happened, what he was thinking, he was kind of an oddball, but he had dealt with a troubled life. So he was pretty honest, but there's a whole nother section to this story. So it's just an interesting piece. So go check it out, go look at it. And next week we'll be talking about another one. This one is going to have to do with a even bigger theft that affected the general populace. And it happened around 1933. So we'll be talking about that one next week.
I'm sorry. Mike is bugging me. Frostbyte, will you tell Mike to leave me alone?
Uh-oh. All right, what's going on here? What are we doing?
Nothing. He's sent me down a rabbit hole. It's okay. Sorry. I had to pay attention. Mike, pay attention. I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Right. I'm not being a very good guest.
Oh, it's all good. No worries. So here's the thing about the 3 of us, honestly. When do we truly ever stay on topic? You know what I mean? There'll always be little diversions and stuff. No worries.
We all have our moments.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. It's just good to have you back on panel. I love hearing you, and
good to be back. It's
good to see you.
I'm having a good day today.
That's good. Like hey, Kraken. Good morning. How are you? So, do you guys like those stories? Do you guys enjoy that?
I love it.
Trouble. Thanks, me. I know I am trouble. Yeah, I do. I like hearing stories.
Numismatic history.
Well, and that's, I watch a lot of channels that are really smart, really informative. The people just get what they're talking about. But you don't hear, unless it's something very, very specific. Ooh, speaking of something very, very specific, Paula and Eric, I want to get your opinion on something. 7 coins were just announced to have been released to Stacks and Bowers. You guys hear about that?
I didn't.
7 coins were just announced to be released to Stacks Bowers. Were they Rick Springfield's coins?
No.
Oh.
So I actually did a story on this about 2 months ago when we were talking after Mike and Matt, Coin Show Podcast, got to interview the only living person to actually...
the Sacagawea space coins.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I do know about that.
And so after that, she was on, and you're going to have to, Mike, you're going to have to remind me of her name.
Her name is Randy Altiton.
Altiton, there you go. And so, great interview, a lot of fun. She kind of talked about her history and what happened, the meeting with the artists and stuff like that. Really, really cool interview. You guys got to go check out the Coin Show podcast. Go check out the one where they interviewed her. Not only is that historically significant because she's the only living person to be on a coin, it was really neat tribal. If you like things tribal, you like the history of stuff. The fact that we really don't actually have a picture of Sacagawea, it's, there have to be stories done, and they had to pull it from that because there weren't, ways to do that. And Mike's saying that she was a sweetheart too. That's awesome.
She's a peach.
And so go check that out. If you haven't had the opportunity, write that down later on today when you have some time. Go check that out. It's a really good interview.
Eric lost power.
Yeah, he just texted me that too. I just saw it.
Okay.
Now, because of that, I started looking into the coins and the Sacagawea because she was talking about something that they had received, and I had never heard about it. There's some sort of special limited strike run that they gave to them and some of her family members and stuff, right?
Me's challenging you.
Huh?
Name one, me. Oh, he retracted.
Yeah. The VIP strike. There you go. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
So I started looking at some of these, and I stumbled across this space coin, this 32 coins that were created in 22 karat gold. They were going to, be looked at, released individually. They decided against it, voted to actually destroy the coins. And then somebody had the really cool idea to take 12 of the best ones, all the perfect, as perfect as they could get, set those aside, actually launch them into space. And so 1999, along with the first female ever captain of a shuttle launch, kind of a historical moment in itself, the coins went up into space. They came back. They were displayed one time at an ANA event. I think it was the World's Fair of Coins, but it was displayed at a singular event. And then from there, they went to Fort Knox, where they've basically been sitting in the dark on a shelf for 20 years, 25 years. And so the news that they were going to pull these out and potentially sell some of these was pretty cool. It happened about a month ago, and we got some information. And then I think 3 or 4 days ago, the Mint announced that Stacks and Bowers was going to have the opportunity to auction 7 of these off. Welcome back, Eric.
Yay.
Ooh, that was scary. Something went kaboom.
Oh, that's not good. When something goes kaboom and then your power goes out and it's not storming, that's a bad news.
And it's not storming.
Yeah. So, but it's just I kind of lost track of my mind. I kind of lost place.
When
Sorry,
Max Bowers got 7 of them.
Thank you. They issued an article. They issued a statement saying that they were going to be auctioning off in mid-September. I think the 16th of September, somewhere in that time frame. And it got me thinking. The U.S. Mint did this with the 230 privy gold coins. And now, for no rhyme or reason, no notification of a 25-year Sacagawea release anniversary special, whatever. If they have, I haven't seen it, but what they did is they just released another gold unique item to Stacks and Bowers for a private auction. Oh, by the way, if you haven't already known this, they also issued the actual half-ounce Sacagawea gold dollars this year. So is this just a giant promo event that wasn't properly informed to us? What's the deal here? Why is it Stacks and Bowers the ones that keeps getting the opportunity? Because that if they did a special run like they did with the silver privy, right? People would be clamoring to buy those. They could push a lot of coin by
gold
just
is at all-time high.
And I'm a conspiracy theorist, so you don't want to know what I think.
Well,
And
conspiracy theorists unite.
Yeah,
so
I mean, just follow the money.
I can understand, like, okay, I'm gonna give you my opinion.
Oh my God, Paul is back. Love it. Yay.
Who gives a crap if they went up in space? Katy Perry went up in space. She's not an astronaut. Now, they're gold. That's cool. But who gives a crap if they flew them up in space? Not me. Not this girl. Right, there's my opinion.
So I actually, being an astronomy buff, really enjoying, even as a kid, being able to point out constellations, point out the planets.
Would they really even put them into space?
So yeah, Mike, that's the thing. You know, these were minted. They were supposed to be destroyed. 12 of them were thrown into space, and then they were locked away. Now, it wasn't as though we didn't know about them. All of a sudden, this was a unique find and whatever. We knew that these 12 coins were sitting at Fort Knox. We knew that. But why now? What's the deal? Is it just the fact that it's the 25th anniversary and it was just a really bad PR release? I mean, it could be that easy.
And why 7 and not 12 or 11? Get one to the Smithsonian and that's it.
Well, and again, I'm sure that there's some of that. I'm probably sure that there's probably a Secretary of the Treasury gift in that. There's probably okay, you know what I mean? There's probably a couple of those that are going to go.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know,
to infinity and beyond.
I love Azer's remark. Sorry. Aren't we technically all in space?
Well,
sorry. That's Pedro's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, you guys are nuts. Sorry.
They selected the best 12 and destroyed the rest. I don't know.
I thought there were 32, Mike.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
You know, whatever.
Yeah. I know that selling 7 of them is going to drive a really high dollar amount. My guess initially was 25,000 is about what these probably would go for. And then I started actually thinking about the fact that when you look at the gold flowing hair, the privy mark on those, there were only 230. It's a really, really low mintage. But now we're talking about a mintage of 12 with a release of 7. That takes it from scarce to rare, right? And so you're not going to be able to, or extremely scarce, maybe not rare, maybe extremely scarce. I actually think these are probably going to go for more like 65. I think they're probably going to go for about $65,000 to $70,000.
There are lots of things over the years that have been created that were not supposed to be created.
Look at me.
I don't know. I mean, so is it cool because they say that they were created and they weren't supposed to be created? I mean, obviously they knew somewhere along the line they were going to do something with them, because instead of destroying them all, they locked them away. I'm sure with the intention of someday bringing them out and selling them or doing something with them.
Mike thinks they're going to sell for $250,000.
They could. It actually depends who's interested in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like. Anyway, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion, I guess, because I think that over the years, like the Zerby dollars, if you look at Mike Byers' website, you can see all kinds of errors that are just nothing but shenanigans.
No relation, by the way.
Done at the mint, right? No relation. I don't have an affinity for things like that. Even the gold flowing hair dollars, I think that the way they did those was pretty crappy. I think that they, you know, the fact that they didn't put those out for the general public, like, I mean, I just think the way they did that was pretty crappy. I think that, yeah, whatever. Like with these, why not do some kind of lottery or I don't know. I guess that's gambling. Never mind. Go ahead. Go on. Ignore me. It's been a long time
we can't do that.
since I've talked to adults, so I'm just rambling.
No, it's all good. But here's the thing, you know.
My brain has been just kind of stagnant for a long time, so I've just
Let
got
it out.
mush
Let it out.
going on in there. Never mind. Ignore me. Carry on.
Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker says, I agree. But here's the thing, right? We all have.
I'm gonna go get some coffee.
Yeah, no worries. We all have differences of opinion, and that's fine. Absolutely fine. It doesn't matter that your opinion is different from mine. This is part of, you know, being able to have the discussion. This is what I mean. Good grief, the three of us are friends. We sit up here, we joke about stuff. We don't always agree, and that's fine. We don't have to. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, you're whatever. It's your choice. You do what you want to do, and you have to say what you want to say. I can respect you for that, no problem. But in this particular case, I'm with Eric. It's a money issue. That's all that is. I think if they really wanted these to go now, 250,000. Can it get there? Absolutely. We looked at number one of the gold flowing hair, and that one, of course, it had the canceled dies, and it had a really pretty custom case. Don't forget about the custom case, right?
Don't forget about the case.
The director was really there and said it's a really pretty handcrafted case. And that went for more than $500,000, right? So it's kind of one of those things that there's a pretty big difference between 230 and 7 coins. Yeah, I get it. Mike, you're referencing the 1913 nickel. Those are 5 proof nickels somebody jacked out of there. We know that there were more than that, and we know that there's a reason that they actually minted those 27. I thought it was 32, but maybe it's 27 coins. We know that they were done for a very specific reason. They just voted against the reason later. They thought there was too much confusion, and yeah, it's 32. Okay. You said 27 earlier, and I couldn't remember how many. Okay. But again, it's one of those things that they were actually created for a reason. The 1913, that was kind of like little shady shenanigans. This isn't the same shady shenanigans kind of story. It's close, but not quite the same. They were supposed to go to members of Congress. They were supposed to go to special guests, some foreign folks, right? And then they just were like, no, because if we're going to release these other ones in manganese, we just don't want them floating around. We really can't release to the general public that there were actually gold. Right. I think that was kind of the issue. The gold during the time frame when it went up into space, it wasn't announced. Nobody knew they were going to space. It wasn't until the ANA show and the ANA having good close contacts with them, and they said, we would like to display these. That was the first time we were even aware that these gold coins existed. And then, oh, hey, by the way, they went up into space.
Yeah, oh, by the way, they went to outer space.
Right. And so there had to be a plan. They don't end up in space accidentally, right? So we know that there was an elaborate whatever behind it. We just don't know what that elaborate thing was. I got to figure out how you do that, freaking awesome. One day I'll figure that out.
Are there really that many Sacagawea collectors out there, though?
Well,
I was actually very surprised at how fast the Sacagawea gold dollars that were released this year sold out. That actually was it was a sleeper to me. I mean, I did not expect that. And for the price they were asking for them, now they were cheaper than the Superman coins by like $400 or $500 cheaper or something like that. Same exact, they probably used the exact same planchets for both. But
The planchets were different. The coin was smaller in diameter. Obviously, the weight was different.
On the Sacagawea and the Superman, I think they were exactly the same.
The Superman, the Sacagawea was a half ounce. The Superman.
So was the Superman.
Oh, I didn't think the Superman was a half ounce.
Am I? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know. Well, I was not a fan of the Superman coin. Didn't even bother really looking at it.
Well, they're still available, so I think that the U.S. Mint screwed the pooch on those. We tried to warn them that these DC Comic coins have been done for years by other mints. We tried to warn them.
Yeah,
and actually, Stax Bauer says there was 39 of these coins minted. 27 were destroyed. 12 were kept.
that sounds like better numbers. Yeah, that makes more sense.
How quick those Sacagawea gold dollars from this year sold out.
They claim that this Sacagawea dollar is ranked 5 among the top 100 modern coins ever.
By who? And who voted?
Sure, by them.
Anyway.
Probably the CCAC, Paula.
Probably. I will say that after Matt and Mike interviewed Randy, we're on a first name basis. She doesn't know it, but we are. After they interviewed Randy, my friend Randy, I do have a better appreciation for the Sacagawea dollars.
I think it's a neat piece.
Who cares?
But I think it would have done better. Number one, who honestly out there, outside of the Silver Morgan piece, maybe the Ike dollars seeded, those kind of things. Does anybody like the dollar coins?
I will tell you, I'm going to buy my first innovation dollars this year.
Okay.
You know, the innovation dollars were nice. The designs were
buying
nice.
the set of the reverse proof innovation dollars this year because I really like the designs.
And a lot of them are space oriented.
That shuttle one is gorgeous.
Yeah,
and a beautiful coin. Yeah.
Proof. So as soon as those come out, I have the Remind Me set. I am buying those. Mike likes them. I know Mike likes them.
Yeah, and so again, they're the Native American dollars, right? The Sacagawea is the one with the eagle on the reverse, correct?
Sacagawea is 2000 to 2009.
Okay.
I think.
So,
and then, or 2008, and then 2009 on is the Native. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. It's somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think that there's
to this the Sacagaweas do.
Yeah, I think there could have been a very intentful release of these. And again, coincidence that it's the 25th anniversary. I haven't seen that anywhere. I can do math.
Well, that's why they made the gold Sacagawea dollar this year.
Say again?
That's why they did this gold Sacagawea dollar this
half
year.
ounce.
25th anniversary.
Right, but why, when they release the gold, do they do the 7 coins as well? I mean, you think that they would have done something bigger or bolder than, and I mean, maybe it's the same general setup as the gold coin and the gold privy. It's a larger set of the same stinking coin. It's just they pulled 7 out or 12 out and threw them into space. It's the exact same structure. The mint took that privy set up probably from what they did with the Sacagawea dollars. I mean, it sounds like a process. And so I just look at it and go, why did they do it this way? It doesn't really make sense because they had a better opportunity, in my opinion, to release these the first year as and I know they did the Cheerio dollar, but that was a promotion. It'd have been better for them to have released the commemorative and get the judge from how well people liked that, and then release the commemorative coin, right? And then that coin is a 10-year cycle or whatever. I think that would have been a smarter move.
Did you see this on the auction site, Frostbyte? It says that after the sale, the coins will become monetized legal tender, and the final auction price will include an extra $1 to account for the face value of the newly monetized coin. So if you pay $400,000, it's going to be $400,001. I'm just saying that's kind of, I don't know.
That's very weird. Like, I would love to see.
Well, they're not legal.
Where's the legislation on that, Rick? And I would love to see the legislation on that, how that's worded, how that was written.
And then they've got the number 1 struck 2025 W gold dollar. Does it come with the dies also, or no?
No. So the W is that's the new release. That's the one that they just did. Unless you're talking about the West Point ones were also the ones that went into space. So are they?
No, this one didn't go into space. It just says number 1 strike.
He said 2025.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's what they did with the thing. Yeah, that's weird, but I don't know. Anyway. Oh no. I am starting to like the mint they do. They're just wacky right now. I don't know.
It's a money game. And I think that I'm curious to see what is the gentleman that is the new mint director, the one that's been
what is his name? I want to say it starts with a C.
Just seen an article on that the other day, and they were talking about, and I had done a short on it a couple weeks ago, but they were talking about him. What I don't know is what is his history?
Long-time coin collector. He is a dealer, I believe. Long-time Paul Hollis.
There you go. Yeah, and so he's very. Now I know he's not confirmed yet. Right, but he's kind of like the running favorite right now. He would be really good for us because he is a seasoned collector. He knows what people like. He has a better scope on things. He was one of the proponents against this coin, the Sacagawea coin. He was like, "There's nobody like the Susan B. Anthony. Why in the world would you do this?" And again, what happened to the coin? It's not one of the most loved coins. Now people like it, but it's still not one of the most loved coins.
I know Mike's not a fan. Mike is not a fan. He wants Ventress back. Bring her back. Ventress.
So Ventress was cool.
Never let go.
But I still had some issues with the way some processes were done there.
He wasn't a dealer. I don't know. No, he wasn't a dealer. He's been lots of things though. Lots of things he's been in the numismatic industry since he was a child, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. But I have hope, Mike, that he will be more mindful of the collector. I know that Ventress talked about that a lot, but I just never got that vibe. Like I think that she was pulled in too many directions.
Ventress,
yeah.
Well, I liked her. She was nice.
I think she had to. She was navigating a very tumultuous time frame when it comes to finance. A new POTUS, right? again, look at the time frame. Look at what was happening. There were a lot.
website.
There were a lot of dynamics in government. You had a huge money shift that was towards the high-end collectibles, and you had people like this 8th Era guy consulting the mint on how to get more money from coins, right? Split the items up, make limited, quote unquote, limited privies, even though the series run is 10 million, split them up into 20 different privy marks, and now you have XYZ. Basically consulted them on how to interest young people who really don't understand limited editions, limited runs, right? Give them fancy articles and stuff like that to read. Again, I have issue with some of that stuff, but I don't know. We need some changes. We need some changes. What's that? Army privy.
No. No. Don't hate me, people.
Is that the laser privy?
It is.
Hold on just a second. And
Now-
okay.
Just like that.
Let me explain myself, because I am not a fan of these, and you guys know that, and I discourage people from, anyway. The only reason that I got this, now I'm going to easily get my money back. Easily get my money back.
So you're flipping it.
But I will. The only reason I got this is because I knew I could get my money back, but I wanted to look at it under the scope and under a loop to see if I could detect any difference in this privy and the Army privy, because they claim that this is the first one done by laser. That's their claim.
Oh, well,
So-
and we know that's a lie.
And we know that.
We know that's a lie. So I want to be very clear about this. If you are listening right now and you think that this is the first die that was created utilizing a laser, that is a 100% total and blatant lie. The reason is the mint announced last year that the very first ever fully engraved laser die was the flowing hair. They were adamant about it. They celebrated it. There were media ads. There were those really neat labels that came on the flowing hair. Excuse me. They were adamant that that was the very first item. Now people say, well, this is a coin. The flowing hair gold was a coin. The flowing hair silver was a metal. Both the first metal and the first coin are the flowing hair, regardless of how it's said. So that is a blatant lie.
No, I haven't, Pedro. But
That is a blatant lie. And I don't know if their media folks didn't pick up on it. I don't know if they're going to come out and do what Eric said, which is call it the first silver eagle laser engraved. Well, pretty soon then it's going to be the first Washington quarter laser engraved, the first Roosevelt dime laser engraved, the first.
There can be lots of firsts.
Yeah, and so then it becomes, oh shoot, now nothing special, right? So in my book, it's a blatant lie, and it's a shame on you, wooden ruler to the knuckles. Don't do that again.
Well, and that's what they're doing with the privies.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're doing with the privies. And the problem,
they're ruining them because they're not special anymore, because they are just overdoing it.
it's going to be exactly what happened with, now, if you collect these, is Gold Maple here? I haven't seen Gold Maple, but if Gold Maple's here. Hey, good morning, Jimmy. How you doing, bud? So Gold Maple, I don't know how you feel about this, but if you're listening, the privies that are on the Maples and the privies that are on the Kookaburras and the privies that are on There's 4 or 5 or 6 a year.
Right.
They're not rare. Now, if you collect certain ones, so for instance, let's say they do one that are dingoes, and you like a dingo, right? So you like the Australian wild dogs, and they do a series of
like dingoes?
3 or 4 of them, right? Who knows? I'm just saying. Let's be weird. And so, okay, maybe you like cats, right? So they do 7 lasered cats over, the first quarter of the next 7 years. People collect those, and there's actually ones, and I can't remember which one it is, but it's a doubled horse, and oh my God, they sell for thousands. It's unreal. So could there be a privy mark that is more collectible than others? Absolutely, because it's about rarity, but it's also about scarcity. It's also about the demand. So if there's something that really takes off, and that's what they're always looking for, special labels. Okay.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yep.
They would have been smart. Inside this would have been a 1 of 500 or something like that. And these would have been, the privies would have been random. Did you get one or didn't you get one? Maybe you get one, maybe you don't get one.
That frustrated a lot of people with the flowing hair.
But it certainly caused a high amount of interest.
Lots and lots of interest. And you guys know, I got 2 coins. One was gifted to me, and then my wife bought me one. And we were really excited. Opened the first one, I was like, opened the second one, and in the certificate, I saw it had the privy on the coin, and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
That caused a lot of buzz.
And it did. And there were a lot of, sorry.
It's okay. I'm just excited.
No, you're good. It's good. It is all good. It's great to hear your voice. And don't worry, we talk over each other all the time.
It's what we do.
It just happens. But the privy, people wanted to return them immediately. So there was interest, but did people really enjoy them? There were a lot of people flipping them. So for a very short time, people were... that is not exactly what you said. I'm not sure, but okay. I'm not sure. Maybe I said something and stepped back over myself. Who knows? I'm reading Freaking Us, and I have no idea what he was saying. So confused by the states, 48 of 50 states. Oh, I get you. Okay.
What? Okay. Okay. I must have missed.
I think I missed something too. I'm trying to figure it out.
Freaking awesome. Are you typing in 2 different chats?
Yeah, I've got them both up. I'm like, I think I missed something, bud.
Maybe he's in like 2 different. Maybe he's in a different stream.
I have done that.
I've done that too.
I have done that. I've been in 2 different people's channel streams at the same time, and I'm talking away like I'm talking to somebody, and I'm in the wrong freaking chat.
I've done it on Facebook Messenger too. I'm just like typing away to somebody on Messenger, and I'm like, "Oh crap, that wrong person."
Yeah, I have done that. I actually, this is embarrassing as hell. I was texting my wife, and before I got the job that I have now, I worked with a very small, not-for-profit agency that managed government contracts, and they were very small social service contracts. And I was texting him, and my wife texted me right in between, and I didn't catch that my phone had shifted when I replied. I replied back to my wife, "Love you, baby. Can't wait to see you," because I was on my trip home.
And your boss goes, "What?"
My boss was like, "Hey, look, dude, we're not that close." I was like, oh my God, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
it's embarrassing.
So yeah, and that happens. I don't know that that's what's happened in here, but anyway, that was funny. So
Never run two streams anymore. Yeah, I know. You have to be careful. That was at Gold Maple that said he did all that. Oh, maybe his folks were in the military or something, or maybe maybe they traveled in an RV and when he was a baby, and he's just been to a bunch of states. And
well, yeah, so freaking awesome. I was a military civil service brat.
yeah.
Bounced all over the place. We lived in, I can't even tell you how many places I lived in by the time I was 18. And so, I mean, I lived with my grandparents for years and, went all over the place. So, um, it's possible, right? And maybe he comes from a very, very, very large family, right? That, they have a bunch of military members and stuff in. So,
Maybe his mom and dad are rock stars.
there could be historians too.
They could.
Yeah, I mean, so there's a number of reasons, but yeah, I like Gold Maple. But I don't know much about Canadian coins, so I get a lot of information. There's a couple other people that I get information from too, and I'm trying to remember.
When did you say that
What's his name?
Stack's Bowers auction is going to be?
I think it's September, end of September.
September 16th.
16th.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
I'm watching a really cool. I think it's in this. I can't remember which auction house it is. I have to look now. I can't remember. I'm watching it, but I don't know where I'm watching it. Anyway, a really cool encased Indian head scent that is very, very off center in the encasement. I'm keeping an eye on that baby. It's really cool. I love those types of errors.
All right. Well, here is the press release. It came out August 26th by them. The U.S. Mint actually released something, and then Stacks and Bowers got the publicity break. They got the ones to actually break the story, and that's what this means.
Why did they do one? Why did they do some in 22 and some in 24 karat? Isn't 24
The 22
karat
are the 22 are the 2000s, and the 24 karat is the 2025.
Isn't 24 karat awfully soft though?
Yeah, it's just like our gold buffaloes.
Gold buffaloes. Are they 24 karat
yeah,
too?
And that's why if you're going to collect those coins, if you have gold eagles versus gold buffaloes, you'll almost always see gold buffaloes in protective cases because they are soft and they ding and they get damaged quickly. So you'll see those because they're 24 karat gold, whereas your eagles are 91.67%. So
neat.
And they're actually American Eagles blanks, or planches.
Yeah, and that's if you're talking about the coin. If you're talking about the bullion, they're 4.9 fine. So
say good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's Liam.
Good morning.
All right, here it is. The live bidding for the 22 and 24 karat secondary dollars will take place Friday, September 12th at 2025.
Leave me.
What was that?
That was my grandma voice. My mean grandma voice. I'll be right back. I need to get him out of here and get some coffee. Come on, man. Get out of here, son.
So that's here. And again, if you want to do that, here's the URL. I'll go ahead and throw that into chat. So there's that's the Stacks and Bowers. If you want to track that and follow that, get more information on it, then you're more than welcome to copy that. If you can't do that on the vertical site, if you're in vertical mode, then I'll put that in the description afterwards, so you can go check that out and follow that. But that's the gold Sacagaweas. Yeah, Steve. So again, here's the thing about the legislation. So Steve says the mint is guilty of theft for charging ridiculous prices for precious metals. The United States Mint has a legal requirement to be profitable. Okay. Their mission, and this is said with a little bit of snark, but it's absolute true, is to not cost money. That's their mission. So they have to find ways to cover their own costs, so to speak. And so if they have extra money, then that goes into the public coffers. And those coffers go to the Secretary of the Treasury. And that goes back into buying additional bullion, silver, gold. Maybe it's the planchets when we did the cents, whatever it might have been, whatever it might have gone to, right? So it was a way for them to help build into their own substructure. That's the mission of the mint. And so they produce whatever's left, they recycle back in, buy services, goods, equipment, tools, whatever, and then they constantly are pouring themselves into each other. Why do they do that? Well, if you look at investing, if you roll over your stocks, you never take your dividends, you always roll them over, you'll compound your money over and over and over and over and over again. And in the long haul, you become extremely profitable. Well, that's where the mint is. Even though they don't have that money sitting there, they're able to have more on stock, more on hand. They're able to have more gold. They have, again, it becomes this lucrative cycle. So that's why the mint exists. Oh, by the way, they also produce coins. Okay, so yes, they're in charge of doing that, but the mint is a tool of the Secretary of the Treasury. And if they say no more quarters, then there's no more quarters. If they say no more dollars, there's no more dollars. If they say no more $50, there's no more $50. And then they do what they're doing with the cent, and they go through the legal process to have them removed if they want to completely remove them. So that's what the mint works with the Treasury for, and that's what they do. But the mint is they just stand alone. Their job is to become self-sufficient, right? And so a lot of people are like, well, they charge a lot of money. Well, they have to make money. They have to gain a certain percentage, right? So they have to be able to understand increase, inflation, all that other stuff. And, we're trying to move into a hyperinflated state. Chad Brookman, pretty good theory. Is it the truth? Absolutely. Paula, is everything that I'm saying true?
Yes.
Okay. So Paula's aware of this. We have actually done discussions of this. We've shown the legal precedents and the legal policy. And yeah, it's all there. Everybody wants to know it. If you want to know where that legislation is, I can pull it up. Not a problem. If you want to know where the direction of the mint is, there's actually a mint directive and a coin act that talks about the mint that was being released, what its purpose is. Its intent is to not lose money. Yeah, we've actually broken all that out. And if you want to do that, I think it was on one of my live streams, so I'll have to pull that up. But It's not theory. This is reality. So a lot of people just don't understand it.
Nothing, Mike. I'm just playing. This was these are adult Happy Meals that are available right now.
Yeah.
Did you hear that in the news that McDonald's is taking the name off of a Happy Meal? They're not going to call it Happy anymore.
What?
They're just going to call it a meal?
I guess.
Well, that would be like really dumb. Take it from Cracker Barrel. Don't try to fix something that's not broken.
No, I think Cracker Barrel, that was the best piece of public relations advertising ever.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Say they do it, everybody outcries, and if you drove by a Cracker Barrel the last week, they're oozing with cars. All the old people.
We don't have them here.
Yeah, all the old people had to
Well,
go.
they didn't
Gold
do
first.
Target any
Here I'm
further.
saying that. We all had to
Yeah.
go there and get our Cracker Barrel before it changed.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of genius, even though I don't think that was its intent.
I like Happy Meals. But
That was random.
I know. It
Yeah.
was.
Well, it just reminded me when I heard Happy Meal, an adult Happy Meal, that I read an article that they're getting rid of that.
Well, that would. Anyway, so did anybody else buy one of the sunflower? Mike, did you buy one of the American Liberty or Liberty? Liberty.
You notice
The
how she doesn't ask me if I
sunflower
bought it.
Liberty medal. Because I did. I think it's beautiful. If you guys have not seen that sunflower Liberty medal, it is gorgeous. The eagle on the reverse of that.
Azure Blue just received his, I believe.
Did you, Azure?
I know that.
Is it as stunning as I hope it's going to be? Now, I did see the gold one that they released at the ANA. I think they released them both at the ANA.
Azure,
I did see the gold. The gold one is amazing.
Azure, do me a favor. If you have it, text me a photo and I'll just show it on the screen.
Azure probably got the gold. Oh, he got both. Okay. Yeah, I obviously couldn't afford the gold one, but it's gorgeous.
Yeah, he sent me a little photo. Actually, here I have it. Just a sec.
I am a huge fan of the Liberty medals. I try to pick one up every year, but this one this one caught my eye this year. It's funny because the bucking bronco one, I am not a fan of that one, but the gold one of that is, I guess, really high in demand.
Okay. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I do.
Denver Bronco fans.
Oh boy.
I'm not kidding you.
Is that why? Really?
So my uncle Frank, he's over the Western, Pepsi's Western Hemisphere shipping fleet. He's kind of like a master mechanic. He manages the trucks all over the Western Hemisphere. Western United States, excuse me. And he goes to Denver because their headquarters is in Denver. And he was like, he's a huge Denver Broncos fan. I mean, he's followed all of them for, God almighty, since he's probably 10, right? He told me that there were a lot of people that were talking about it because him and I talk every once in a while, but he sent me a photo of one of these and said, hey, when did Denver get their own gold coin?
But it's not really a Bronco though, right? It was a, oh my gosh. Think of what the name, I don't know.
Mustang?
Is it a Mustang? I don't know.
Well, if you look at the, hold on just a second. Let me pull it up.
He is in a saddle. Yes. It's the saddle. It's the riderless. I don't know. I just never understood. Like, so it's supposed to, all of them are supposed to be depictions of liberty in one way or another. And I never got that one. That one just didn't. Of course, the sunflower, really, I don't get that as a depiction of liberty either, but.
So there was one that I didn't understand for a very long time. And as I started to learn more about numismatics, yeah, the horse wants liberty. That's exactly right.
Yeah. Liberated.
I never understood until, God, it was a few months ago that the tree has been around Connecticut, Massachusetts back in the 1600s. They were making own local coinage, and the tree was the representation of the strong, the oak, right? And
coming out of the rock. Is the saddle? No, it's not Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
Charter.
he's like, it's in the box. he doesn't open. He keeps him. He keeps him in the. He keeps him in the box. He never opens them. So he just sent me a picture of the box. It's here.
No. Well, unopened. Oh.
Here, let me.
Okay, well, pull it up. I can pull it up.
Sorry, I got sidetracked. I apologize.
I can pull it up.
Trying to do too many things.
You want me to pull up the gold one?
Hold on
or
just a sec.
the silver one? The gold one or the silver one?
Here, I'm going to pull this one up first. This was the one.
Oh.
The Bronco.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at.
What bothered me about that one most was the sun. I did not feel like that design of the sun. It was too like Tex-Mex. I don't know. I did not like that.
Aztecian.
Yeah. I don't know. It didn't feel like it fit.
Yeah, but if you look at the Bronco, you look at the Broncos logo, and you have to go back to Bronco Field and stuff like that. But it's not a perfect representation, but it gives you that same general kind of the Broncos logo. Anyway, he was telling me when this came out that there were a bunch of Pepsi executives who were getting these and giving them away to the fans. And so, well, obviously within their work. So,
well, the ones this year must have been pretty popular because these usually do not sell out like they did this year. So the silver, the gold usually sells out on all of them, but the silver medal does not typically sell out. I have it up ready to pull up if you want to pull it up. If you guys have not seen them.
yeah, they're beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful. So that's the, whoops, get back up there. Excuse me.
I still like the gold design down below, but
the little bee on there, I think that the details are just beautiful, but that eagle is just.
It is amazing.
Yeah. That eagle is beautiful. High relief metal as my daily carry. Oh, nice, Azure. Yeah, it's really pretty. It is really pretty. And like I said, I think that medal might be one of the sleepers this year for the U.S. Mint because I don't think people saw that one as a sellout.
yeah, it's a cool coin. I think that this is Frosty. Okay. I said the same thing with the flowing hair. I said the same thing with the ASC that was there. Because the gold coin is out, we're going to have to watch our senior citizens, and we're going to have to watch people from taking these ads for this gold Sacagawea and trying to pass off the golden dollars as these gold coins. We need to teach people what the weights of these are. We need to teach people how to test the coins. We need to teach people what the devices are. We need to teach people how they look, because we need to talk to them about the size, because I see in 2026 a lot of older people getting fooled by people manipulating this and selling it to the folks.
Well, I have told that story about my cousin that I went to visit my family one year, and she was all excited. I found a gold coin. I found a gold coin. I told that story, and she brought down that Sacagawea, and I had to break the news to her. But she had it in this clamshell thing, and all. She was so excited about it, and I had to break the news to her that
Yep.
No, it's not really gold.
So I want you guys to earmark this, and go, hey, I need to be observant. I need to teach my kid. I need to teach my grandparents. I need to teach my mom, dad, whomever it is that likes to collect coins or talks about maybe stacking or investing in some silver or gold. Talk to them about this and say, you have to be very sure that it weighs this. Look at the front. You're going to notice the difference. Notice on the gold coin, there's the date. Matter of fact, here, let me do this. Shit, I'm talking about it. I might as well just show you the differences.
If it's okay with you, I have a story when you're done with that.
Well, go ahead and tell the story while I pull this up.
Well, I'm pulling it up right now. It just happened on Facebook. And it's not, I don't know if Jack Young is in the chat or not. Jack Riley is still
I
here.
haven't seen Jack this morning.
But this, so this is the second time I have seen this particular thing on Facebook. Let me bring it up. And so this person posted this asking if this was real. Okay, I don't want to let's see. Okay, yeah. So they posted this asking if this was real on Facebook. They immediately got a reply from someone who didn't know her butt from a hole in the ground saying, "Oh yes, it's real. I have one of these," or something like that. Now,
oh, good Lord.
Oh.
Can pull this up. Okay, now this is one of the Liberty medals, right?
Not quite.
The 2017. But let me show you something. Okay, now the real ones are lettered edge, not reeded edge. But so what's funny here? I mean, so look at those lips. Anyway.
Oh, well, yeah, she's nowhere even close to what the Lady Liberty looks like. Not even, no.
Let me show you something else. Look how they spelled dollar.
The dollars, huh?
And underneath, so on the real one, it says 1 ounce, 9999 fine gold. This one doesn't say gold, and it's dollars. These are actually, this is the second or third time I have seen this. And people get fooled by these. So that is a like perfect example there of, and this person is an elderly person. So that's a perfect example of what Frostbyte was talking about. Watching out for your elderly neighbors and your elderly relatives, or not even necessarily elderly. Like, people they need to be careful.
Okay, now there's one more thing that we need to show you, and I need to show you the Native American dollar from 2025. Oops.
Right? You would not have fallen for that, Reckless Metals? Come on.
There we go. That's, I don't want to click on the eBay one, but I need to do, that's the image that I need to show you. So I want to show you some of the subtle differences in these coins. Oh.
Well, that's the Native American.
Yeah, but I want to show people because there's some differences. Oh. Okay, so let's close that. Okay, so the first one is the 25th ounce, or the 25th ounce, the 25th anniversary golden dollar. Yay. Try this again.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some things to look at, but what I want you guys to pay attention to is the specifications. Notice on the site, the specifications are closed. They're minimal. You have to open it up. And what you're looking at here is you're looking at the fact that it's a 1/2 troy ounce of gold. Okay. How much does that weigh?
16, I don't know, 16.
Well, but it's not listed here. Shouldn't they have the weight?
What do you mean?
Well, they have the fine gold weight, but shouldn't they know? Should people know what, the grams of the coin?
Oh, I don't know.
Why is that? Because you should know that when you're looking at this. That's not gold, right? And so it's important that you understand the specifications of the coins.
15.5 grams. Yeah.
When we look at these two, okay, we'll go back up. And again, these are things that people will take the listings directly from the mint. It'll look like the right one, but it won't be the correct information. So you've got to watch. And that, I'm telling you, it's not if it's going to happen. This is going to happen.
Oh, it will. They counterfeit everything.
And so what's important is to make sure if you look between the two, there's a Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, right? So make sure you understand the difference. But there are little subtle differences that I want to point out. And one of them is it's on
the date.
Well, the date definitely, but people can change the date to 2025. I'm trying to remember what it is, and it's in, I think it's the position of the baby. Whoops. There's something with it, and I don't remember what it is. Is it the hair? No. I gotta figure out. There was something in there they're talking about the security of them. There's something there, and I don't think it's the SS that's the same. So I'll figure it out. I can't remember, but they look very similar, right? And so people are going to take these and make them gold looking and try to counterfeit them. It's going to happen. Now that this gold coin is actually out, it's you're going to see, and you'll eventually see eBay listings where they've sold 10,000 of them.
So is an exact weight, yeah.
Well, I understand, but okay, so if you're looking at a scale, okay.
Well, if they weigh a Sacagawea coin, a Sacagawea dollar, and the gold dollar, they're going to weigh different.
Well, but okay, and Mike, you say this, but we see people all the time, and you can kind of validate this, Paula. How many people, when you talk about weighing a coin, take a picture of it and they have it in pounds, or they have it in...
They have it on a kitchen scale.
Yeah, right. And so people don't know. We assume, because there are things that happen and because of stuff, we assume that people should be aware of this, right? It's common sense, but common sense is only common if everybody has it. And so when we're doing the education on this, we have to be sure to remember the little things. Don't forget to turn it into troy ounces. That's not there. It needs to be grams. Because most people understand, an ounce is 31.1 grams. Okay. But
no, troy ounce is 31.1.
But there you go. Okay. Right.
Quite a bit smaller than the Sacagawea.
A regular ounce is 28.3.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
What's the diameter on the Sacagawea dollars? I think that diameter would have been nice to have had. Does it say the diameter?
Oh, there we go. Man, I was like, what the hell happened to my screen? I didn't realize it went blank. Yeah.
So the diameter on a Sacagawea, I don't know. 26.50 millimeters.
And then here's the other one.
So what's the diameter on the golden dollar? Does it say?
Where's the specifications?
On the gold Sacagawea.
Where's the specifications on this?
That's the Sacagawea.
Yeah, but it still should have this information.
So that it doesn't have the yeah, there it is, diameter. So 26.49. So it's the same.
No,
wait, no.
This is the gold.
Yeah.
I don't know where
0.49 and it's 26.50 on the gold dollar, on the Sacagawea dollars. So they are the same size. They are the same size, same diameter.
That's what I'm looking at here. Okay.
Yeah, they're the same diameter.
Oh, that was the other difference. Okay. Here's the other difference. The gold has a plain edge.
So does the Sacagawea.
They have a lettered edge.
No. The Native American coin has a lettered edge. The Sacagawea has a plain edge.
Oh, so it's exactly the same.
Yep.
Yeah, that's going to cause us issues.
Well, not really, because I don't think it's going to be so easy for them to change the date. There are going to be counterfeits, no doubt, but I don't think it's going to be so easy for them to change the date. From 2000p to 2025W. Especially on a gold coin.
How much does a troy decigram weigh? 3,100 or 310?
Point
Or 312, maybe? Something like that. I'm just taken by deci, right?
Yeah, 1/10 of a gram.
Yep. Anyway. Well, hey, folks, it is 10 o'clock my time.
Have a great day.
I'm going to wrap stuff up.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. I look forward to this.
Yeah, this was very interesting. I really liked hearing about that, the space.
Oh, hold on. Poe Collector just asked, and I sorry I didn't miss this in chat earlier. If I buy a gold ounce coin from the coin shop, is that considered raw? It depends. You can buy one raw or slabbed. It just depends on what you choose to buy. So if you're not sure what raw means that it's not in a protective slab. So you see on our screen, there is the Buffalo, and then you see the one that's in the 1925 FS501. Okay, those are in slabs. And if you look at the one that Paula has, those are raw. Those are just in protective casings.
They're copper. Don't buy bullion slabbed. Don't buy graded bullion. That's my recommendation. Some people may disagree with me. That's okay. I'm just recommending that you don't buy. Why pay the extra money for it to be in a plastic slab graded bullion?
Yeah, Mike, thanks for the clarification. TPG slabs, professional graded slabs, not just the protective coaters. You're right. Good catch.
Yeah,
friends don't let friends buy graded bullion.
That's right, Mike.
Oh, too much fun.
Have a great Memorial Weekend, you guys. Be
Labor
safe.
Day weekend. Labor Day
Day. I'm sorry, Labor Day weekend.
All right. Well, hey, on the kickoff for Labor Day weekend, Chad Brockman, Mike for Democracy, Raul Duke, Paul was here, and Steve looking for silver. You guys all get gifted memberships. I hope you guys have a great extra long weekend. If you guys get Monday off, don't tell anybody, but I took Tuesday off too.
Ooh.
So I might do something. Oh, you know what I did, guys? Guess what? Are you ready for this, Paula? I've been talking about doing this for a while. And
I know what he's going to say.
I had been...
I don't know what he's going to say.
Where is it? Where is it? Oh, no. It's not working. Why is it not working?
Get a tattoo? You got a tattoo?
Get a tattoo.
Oh, no. Somebody got a tattoo?
No, I didn't get a tattoo.
What are you trying to share your screen?
Yeah, it's. I'll just put it on the other one. It'll be on the live side. I got my coin scope. And
you got your what?
You'll have to. I got a new coin scope. I had
What'd you get?
Issues with my other one, an AM scope.
You got an AM scope.
And so
I have never been able to justify spending that kind of money.
They're not that bad.
No,
The one he got
so-
was pretty reasonable.
This one was $159 on sale for 99.
Way too much for me.
And if you look at this, so I put my copper scent up here, right? You can look at it, nice, clean, it's clear. I have a lot of room.
I don't think anybody can see it yet.
Well, they can. It's just on the live side.
I'm not on the live side.
And then, I have my frigate. And so it's really good, solid detail. The colors are good. The colors show the correct reference of the coin. It doesn't go real light, real dark. It's really good contrast, good color. And I finally just said, I've got to do it. Was talking to him. And one of the guys, I explained to him what I was looking for. And he was like, we have these. They're going on sale. Wait till tomorrow. And they were on sale. So
I'm happy to hear that they're
Can you zoom out and show the whole coin?
yeah. So
I just look, my little $35. I do have a better one, but that shows the whole coin. But I use my loop. I rarely ever. The only time I use a scope is when I do lives. That's the only time I use a scope.
Yeah.
Or if I want to take a good picture.
The scope.
Huh?
I says I do a lot of work on my scope, so I have a good one.
I know you
But
do.
when I search, I still fall back to, and it's funny because I hear all these people, this is the best loop. This is the best loop. I fall back to a loop that I've had for 30 years. Always.
Can you show the whole coin on it?
No, that's as high as I can get it. I can take it up higher, but I have to put it on something to do it. This is so I can see half the coin is about all I can see on this.
Yeah, if you raise it up another 2 inches like on a board or something like that, you'll probably be able to get the whole thing.
See? Anyway. No, that's, I mean, yeah.
So for what I want to do, I mean, I'm not, now, granted, here, let me show you a penny, because you're like, can you see the whole coin?
It does look great. No, yeah. It does.
And so the color doesn't change. See, Happy Chappy, member for 23
You're using
months.
light on the scope right now, right?
That's all I have on because I'm not actually looking. If I was to,
it's not terrible.
If I was to do that and actually bring my other light on, it's a much better representation.
Yeah, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that reduces the glare.
Yeah. So I have my other light here, and I would have to change the color because the color that I have is for my. It was more for the lights on my other camera instead of the one that's on the coin. So
I do need a new scope, but if somebody wants to buy me one, I would not turn it down.
$99 ain't bad.
No.
That's actually a good.
What I'm going to do is
deal for an AM scope. It is a good deal for an AM
if you're interested in it, reach out to me. Let me know. I'll give you the link.
In my opinion, that's better than a dyno light, and a dyno light would be $500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's good quality, good color, and again, you'll see really quickly I'm going to put this up here.
But I want to be able to.
You can see that it's clearly the lights on the scope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So when I turn those off, and of course,
and that's why they're working so good. There's only 8 of them. Usually there's like 20 of them all right next to one another, and it just blows the reflections right out.
Yeah. So if I change my lighting to the proper light, then this is side lighting, right?
The key is good lighting.
So I've got to work on my lighting a little bit, but it's way better. So now I can do more.
Never-ending battle.
Say again?
A never-ending battle.
Yep.
It never is perfect. You always find flaws in it every time you look.
Yep. So I'll continue to play with this, and but now we can look at some coins. I've got a couple rolls that I want to go through, so we can do some other stuff. I've been telling you guys that I was going to do it for some time.
Yeah, no, that's great.
We were supposed to do a roll hunt on Live Coin Q&A too one of these days.
And
just
scopes are
get
great.
Amanda involved and a couple other people.
Yeah, Amanda, I just messaged her yesterday because I've been a bad friend. And I haven't wanted to talk much to people. So
Yeah.
we need to get together and do something because We need to chat.
So I will throw, I'll pull the information up on that and send that. I'll put that link in the description. So if you guys want to check out that CoinScope, again, I'll use my affiliate link. I will be upfront with you guys and let you know that that's what I'm doing. They haven't done anything to tell me to advertise them or anything. This is just, I picked up something. I have a hard time, just like you, Paula, I have a hard time justifying a bunch of money because I'm not using this all the time. And it's a really good deal for the scope. And if you've seen the scope, you wouldn't think it's anything. But it's got really good quality. It allows you to adjust and do all that kind of stuff. So it's good.
That's because you have a good friend, Ken of Mine.
When I first started my channel, I actually gifted a number of people scopes. I drop shipped them from Amazon.
Scopes too, cheap ones.
And just like the $20 ones, and I did those periodically. Maybe I should do that again. Maybe I should. Yeah. Maybe I should find. Let me do that. Let me find a good source for those, and periodically I'll give some scopes away to people who don't have them.
My stand is probably twice as much as the scope was. The key is good lighting and a good stand. Some of those plug and go scopes.
The endoscopes are a struggle.
Yeah, they come with those bendable stands, the flex arm stands, and those are garbage. If you get one of those, immediately toss it and buy a good stand because you'll never be able to get a good picture with those flexible stands. But do yourself a favor, really. Don't spend the money on a scope until you know what you're looking at and you can use a loop. And because scopes are they're not your friend if you don't know what you're doing. They really are not. They can be a pain for you.
You know what I'm going to do?
Cause you a lot of problems.
I'm going to post this link in there too. This is something that I got for myself. It's nothing fancy. Okay. Oh. And let me pull this up, make it bigger so you can see it. Oh, I got to put my light back over here. No.
I buy cheap. Show you what I get.
Okay. So this is the little cheap one that I bought, and I changed the light, so now my camera's all wonky. This has a little light on it, so you can actually turn the light on and look at the coin, and it lights it up really well. And one of the important things when you're looking at coins is to have a decent light, and this one works really well for me. You put it on the lowest setting. It provides good solid light. If it's kind of dark or you have a dark copper coin, you can turn the light up on it. Again, just it's a cool piece. So, and you can find those. I'll put a link in there too, so that you can see that one. But
I have the one I use up too.
Let me change it.
These are Adam and I use these, and these are super cheap. You can actually replace the batteries on them, but it's actually cheaper just to buy new ones. And they've got a light, and they've got 3 different things. These are great. These are great.
And me, I use the same one, the Bausch and Lombs.
I mean, I have Bausch and Lomb. I have
their eye relief is so good. That everything's clear from edge to edge.
I like the ones
The Balomos are good, and they were cheap, and they're great actually. But you can't get them anymore because they're from Belarus, and everything's not allowed from there anymore.
Optics matter, but you don't have to spend tons of money.
No,
absolutely, Mike.
Is $40.
No.
Yep, we'll see you tomorrow.
When I bought it, it was like $13.
Mike, I'll text you later about what you texted me earlier. Do you have a few minutes after?
Yeah, Mike.
7 to 10x is really all you need. They have
Well, that
booths.
used to be the cherry
If you want-
pickers.
If you want to support the ANA, you can go on their Money Museum eBay store, and you can pick one of these up. I don't know where you can't see it. You can pick one of these up, and these are nice too. They have a light. I think mine's have a light. They're a 10x.
And that used to be the thing. Cherry pickers guides were varieties were supposed to be easily visible through a 7x.
Yeah.
Regular varieties are a 10x. But I use 7, 10, 14, and I have a 20 that I probably haven't used in years because I have a rule if I can't see it with a 10x. A lot of times I'll look at it with a 10x, see it, and then I'll look at it with a 14x.
This one is 10, 20, and 30.
Wow, 30. I mean, you must have to
I
look through
use
a
the
pinhead
20
for the
sometimes
30.
if I want to get in there and look for like smaller die markers.
Yeah.
Use the 20.
And that's exactly why I use the 14. When I see it with the 10, I hit it with the 14 just to get a better look so I don't have to struggle so much.
And folks, if you can barely see it with a 30x loop,
that has been the problem with the microscopes is people are seeing stuff that they never ever saw before.
And they're seeing stuff that isn't there.
That too. Well, that has to do with lighting more than it does not being there. I mean, it's actual ghost images almost, like doubling.
They get what I call optical artifact.
Yep. I like that term. I'm going to use that.
Glare and all kinds of things. Dye wear, glare, all kinds of things can make things appear as something they're not when you use a scope if you don't know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
So get used to a loop first.
And there's nothing more relaxing than hitting the recliner. Get you a good light that's on a pole with like a spotlight type thing. A lot of people have them in their living rooms. And sit there and watch some TV and look at some coins. Very relaxing day.
Well, your eyeballs and a loop are better than any microscope you can buy.
Yeah, pretty much.
They are better than any microscope you can buy. If it wasn't so, graders would use microscopes.
If anybody ever watched me search coins on a microscope, I see things a lot, and the first thing I do is hit it with a loop afterward.
Yeah.
I always have two separate ways to look at the coin because sometimes it's, like she said, an artifact.
So I'm going to pull up the link right now. People are asking for it. So let me pull that information up. I'll put it in the description right now. So give me just a second to do that. But yeah, I'll do that. And again, it was such a great deal that
is a good deal.
I was just on Amscope's site. They've got 2 megapixels like on the stand and everything for like $84.
Yeah, they're really cool. And again, if you look at them, they do have discounts. So they do have some of the items that are there. They had a really nice one that was going on clearance, and by the time it got posted on their site, they had already sold out. So they went really fast. Like a lot of people had them ready.
Nice.
Anyways, I got to run, Frostbyte.
Yeah, I'm going to get going, you guys. Have a great weekend, you guys. Like I said, if you're going to drink, don't drive. And if you don't drink, be a designated driver.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're going to drink, don't drive. And just don't drive if you don't have to drive.
Just don't drive. Yeah. You don't ever have to drive.
Are we on for tomorrow, Frostbyte?
Okay.
Yep, we'll be on tomorrow. I'll post the I'll post the live here in about an hour.
Perfect. I'll see everybody tomorrow. You guys have a great day. See you, Frostbyte.
All right, we'll see you guys. All right, so there's one person asking a question in chat, and it's a 1988 black penny, looks like marble, no mint, 88s are small. So is the one. You can send a photo, but most likely, if it's a black penny, probably just got some stuff on it. Most likely, it's not going to be anything significant. I don't know of any 88 penny that's black, but you can send me a photo, we'll look at it, and then I can respond back to you. Exclamation point email as I put into the chat is there, and you can send me something and I'll review it. Anyway, folks, I hope you guys enjoyed today. We will be back tomorrow. I'm not sure. I've got to make a couple phone calls and find out exactly what's going on before I kind of release and let you guys know what tomorrow's going to be. Normally, it's just chit chat. We talk. You guys bring your questions. If you have coins, email them to me. We'll talk about it. And we will address that stuff tomorrow. So if you have any questions, please send them to me. If you have any ideas or something that you would like to see, then let me know. But I will post the 2 links in the description here in just a few moments. All right, folks, you guys have a wonderful day. Be well, be blessed, and we'll see you in the morning.